Hi everyone, today I'll be analyzing Chapter 3 from David Lewis's On the Polarity of Worlds. He begins by describing Ersatz modal realism. He says, Ersatzers say that instead of an incredible polarity of concrete worlds, we can have one world only, and countless abstract entities representing ways that this world might have been. We have a well-understood division of all there is into the concrete and the abstract. There is one concrete world and one only. There is no other worlds and no other worldly possible individuals. Lewis says he restricts his quantifiers. For example, he says when he looks in the fridge and says that there is no beer, he doesn't deny that there is beer outside the fridge, but he ignores it in his speech. He continues to say that he may ignore the other worlds and the otherworldly donkey and gods without at all denying that speaking unrestrictedly that they do exist. Lewis doubts that any perfect disambiguation is possible. All of our idioms of quantification alike are flexible, subject to tacit restriction. Lewis then dives into the abstract realm. He says according to Ersatz's modal realism, there are abstract surrogates fit to play the same theoretical roles as the concrete possibility that are to be rejected. Lewis breaks them down into the following. They are representations, so that it somehow makes sense to speak of what is the case according to them. They are representatives taking the place of what they purport to represent. Lewis says some of them are the ersatz worlds. These represent the entire concrete world in complete detail, as it is or as it might have been. One ersatz world is actualized. It represents the concrete world correctly. The rest are unactualized. There are also actualized ersatz individuals, and also there are unactualized ersatz individuals. Unactualized ersatz worlds and individuals differ from actualized ones only by their failure to represent anything correctly. But Lewis says that other worlds and otherworldly individuals are neither actual nor actualized, and he analyzes both actual and actualized as indexical terms meaning this worldly. Unactualized otherworldly things may indeed be said not to exist, but only when we speak with our quantifiers restricted. For Lewis, all the worlds are on an equal footing in that each actual relative to itself and none is actual relative to any other. He says that the accuracy of Ersatz worlds is still relative, since one of them accurately represents one concrete world, and another. He poses the question, how can we know it if the world we are part of is one that is absolutely actual? After all, if there is a special status to be had, plenty of otherworldly people have as much reason as we do to think there are worlds are their special ones. The Ersatzers do not believe in what Lewis calls worlds, and he does not believe in what they think are worlds. He says Ersatzism is indeed attractive, but he insists they pay a high price. Lewis claims that each version of Ersatzism is in its own way in a serious trouble. The Ersatzers must report to primitive facts where genuine modal realists can offer analysis on their ways of making ersatz worlds distort the facts of modality. On their ontology is after all not so safe and sane. Lastly, Lewis distinguishes three versions of Ersatzism. Linguistic, which ersatz worlds are like stories or theories. Number 2, pictorial, in which they are like pictures or scale models. And magical, which they just represent. It is simply their nature to do so, and there's nothing to be said about how they do it. That's it. Thanks.